It's probably going to cut out. I don't care as long as you hear me. As long as you can hear me. I'm just waiting. Do. I gotta check this. Just taking my time today since it's in the air. It's in the air. Okay. Hold on one second here. I haven't been on here in a couple days. I don't know if this is working. I gotta check and see. Oh, there's 4 people. Spontaneous. I'm doing spontaneous lives. And if you can't see me, I guess you can just hear me because the internet, it's been nuts. So I don't think it's going to get any better. It might get a little worse. So just coming on here, giving some instructions and talking about some visual interpretation. Cool, it's clear. I'm glad. Loud is good, I guess. Maybe too loud, huh? Too loud? Hey, guys. I know I haven't been on here, but I've been busy. And we just did a new video on Sears, my other channel that's in the chat room. So you can check that out. We got a paranormal guy coming on next week. And it's funny because behind the scenes, I got to tell you, we're laughing our butts off because we are showing you exactly what's happening. We're not hiding it. I mean, getting ourselves together behind the scene it's quite funny. So I can't imagine how it's going to be when we bring other people on between me and Kat. It's going to be hilarious. Oh my goodness. So I want to talk about energy because I have to describe this because people, we right now are not sleeping whatsoever. There is no sleep. No sleep. And you can lay there and you can close your eyes, but you're not sleeping. You're not sleeping. You know, it's just, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to draw this. I've been drawing a lot of things, and when it resides with any type of beings, I am not using the U and the F and the O on anything because I'm stepping away. I don't want that view on anything or anything because it is a wreck in that field right now, and I am not interested. But I am interested in the higher being, so I am presenting that to you. So let me explain this to you. So 5D, 4D, and 3D. Okay, I'm going to show you this diagram if you can even see it properly. So this bubble that I'm showing you is, I feel like this is us right now. And this is 3D down here. And this is 4D right here. We're not quite there, but 5D is way up here. Okay. I'm going to talk to you about food too. See this? Okay. So this is 3D. This is 4D. This is 5D. Okay, the thing is we're not here. We're in this bubble right here. And it feels like Groundhog Day all over again. And we're not moving. We're not going anywhere. It just feels like we're everything. And I'm going to tell you why on a lot of things. So you guys see that? I'm going to hold it for a few minutes. You can go back in the videotape. So we're in a bubble above the planet right now. I want you to think that I think they approved not changing uh, the days of time, how it changes and it gets dark, say daytime, and not acknowledging that anymore. So daylight saving times. So I think that has to do with it too. So there's something going on that we're not seeing clearly, and we're not really knowing where we're at right now. And if you ask yourself this question, grounded to this earth anymore in that way? Does it feel like it? Because it sure doesn't. Things that are happening right now don't feel that way. So let's talk about the physical body that's changing. The physical body, what people are going through right now, is right now I'm having the hardest time eating chicken or beef at all. My body is just like, no. I am craving fruit like you would not believe, vegetables like you would not believe. I mean, it just, and I'll tell you guys, like beef brisket is something everybody loves and it's supposed to be good. And my body was just like, no beef brisket. Don't eat that stuff. I'm just like, so I'm drinking a ton of water, and vegetables, salads, that kind of stuff. And eggs feel good to process, but I'm just telling you, beef right now just feels like it's almost like I can feel the heaviness of it, and it just feels like my body is like, no, you're not going to eat this, So it's almost too. I don't have the food cravings. Have you guys noticed? I want to know if you guys are craving food at all, because it doesn't. I'm like, it's not there. It's like the awning of having to have the food and desiring the food. That's disappearing too. I'm telling you, we're right here. We are not here. I'm telling you. No cravings. I'm telling you, no cravings whatsoever. It's insane. I'm craving cookies. I'm craving to be outside. I'm craving to be in the sun. I'm craving to be on the ground, but I am not craving like so I live way out of town. I'm way past the city, and when I'm driving through there yesterday, I was not appealed by anything. And so it's changing. Our body's changing, and then I'm feeling that my body's filtering out faster. So I think there's a lot of stuff that is changing with you physically that people are not paying attention to. And along with nature, cows, horses, everything, you pay attention. Like I said, the calmness is there. It just doesn't feel like someone has this different craving of food. I'm not seeing animals go ballistic either. So it's changing. And so would that adapt to fear? Yes. Would it adapt to the fact that we are not in the fear process anymore? Yes. Do you find yourself more calmer in that process? Well, that's happening. The calmness is taking over, seeing things for what they are, the realness of it, the entertainment of it is no longer a necessity. We don't care about movies. We don't care about sports anymore. I think we're getting to a portion that we care about descending. And there's more and more people that are seeing that. And I think it's a good thing. And, I kind of describe this feeling of all connected as one at the edge of the universe, going through the process together. And that's what's happening. And you got these distractions that are still trying to process the same program, but it's not affecting you no more. You're thinking on your own, you're processing on your own. You're just like, yeah, aliens don't look like humans. It's just not affecting them no more. And those groups that you're seeing dumbing down, because I've seen it in the young society is just confused of when you present the truth. So it's all gonna calm down. Because down in deep side of you, the soul craves the truth. And when it comes to the light, it will be seen. And each individual can make their own choice with that. That's what we want. So, how do you say this? So the E and the B and the S. I've told everybody only in colonized cities, only in blue cities, putting barriers up to filter those situations out. And that's going to happen. It's already started. So we're getting there. Things are happening that are good. So that's why I'm not allowing any negative in my group. I'm not allowing to post anything, because we're going forward, where Spirit is saying planting the seeds for the future, planting the energy for the future. That's where my focus is, of what's happening beyond this planet, the energy that's beyond this planet. I don't care what they're doing anymore in the truther community or anything else. I'm like done. It's you can't. That is going to be dismantled no matter what. No matter what. Everybody's desperate for information. They're desperate. What does that tell you? And so now I say, focus on the next step. Focus on yourself. Focus on your health. Focus on how that's changing. Focus on the fact that you're not having to take blue pills anymore, or white pills anymore, or any type of medication in that way, because you're not craving it. Your soul's not craving it. What you call in on energy and it presents into your soul, it has power behind it now. It has power to target it. It has power to enlighten the body. The body. And so I'm looking at that focus in that interpretation and that information of how we get there. And so I think a group of, well, I'll say there's a lot of healers right now that are focused on planting the nest that's coming in the next process. They're all interested in that. These high vibration people are interested in that. These high vibration teachers are interested in that, because they know downside, or they're getting the downloads, you're getting the information to get that ready. The shamans, all of them, they know they're planting those seeds for positive timelines. And so, how do I say this to you? So when I do my teaching, my classes and stuff, I tell my students, always ask Spirit to present themselves as they are, not as man has presented it, not as the media has presented it, but as Spirit will present it, and your mind will shift and accept it for what it is. It's getting you ready to accept new dimensional appearances, beings, communication, vibration. I don't know about you guys, but the stuff that's going on in my ear right now is insane. I'm hearing the lightest stuff. The lightest stuff is coming in. The lightest stuff, and it's fluttering, and it's, so take your interpretation and start paying attention to your own surrounding, to your own body, to your own frequency, to your own light. Put time and effort into that now, so you can be ready for that. And so I've always said that we're going into a council. A council. I also said the quantum system has its own conscience. It showed me many years ago. I also said that a certain place in Florida, the stock market on that would go down. That was 5 months ago. That should have bought into it. Now it's crashing. And that's just part of the process. So things are changing. I also said that a certain process of our health condition would disappear from the media and the platforms like a thief in the night. A thief in the night. Do you think that's what happened? I mean, I don't know where you're living, but I'm living. I'm not seeing it anywhere. It's not presenting to me on a daily basis. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Truth is coming out, but like a venom. So we're getting to a certain point. And you should be proud of yourself of getting to that point. That you are aware of things. You are paying attention to things. Because then you are, looking at that and you are ready. You're ready. You ask yourself, I'm ready for this new change. Also, I was talking about, I don't see, and that's a little further down, but it'll be impossible to do crimes in the future, any type. It'll be impossible. And that'll be good news. Very good news. And so, as I'm on some of this energy this week, it's like everybody says it's dormant. You can't get past a certain area right now. And I'm feeling that. Everybody's feeling that. But they're also telling me this is going to shift on Sunday. And when energy shifts, it's like a breakthrough of energy. And then, what happens? What happens to the body? We crash. We're tired. We're exhausted all of a sudden. And as that changes. And so Sunday, there's going to be a difference of it flowing, So it's pretty funny how that's happening. But no one that you allow, that you see with your two eyes, is forcing anything in front of you anymore. You can make your own free will choice of what you want to see and what you trust and what you perceive, and what you feel is the truth. Because I'm in the process of, I've already done diagrams of some things, and I'm in the process of these spiritual beings, not the other thing that I don't want to talk about, the process of these spiritual beings and what they look like and their interpretation and what they want from you. I'm working on that. But it was really funny because they were telling me big heads are very attractive up here. They're elongated, they look different, and humans are like, what? But yes. And I'm trying to put that in a description, and it looks totally different. It separates sometimes. So I'm doing the channeling with that. So it's pretty funny. I think it is. I think people, when they see the diagram that I'm doing, they're going to be like, Wasn't that like a bad creature in a movie? And I'm like, yes, society has pushed that. Just like the movie Men in Black. We were talking about this in Men in Black, and then the light just replace it with a slap across the face. So things are showing from the past. If you go back to your past movies too, we were talking about this in the group, Signal group. It's amazing. The truth was right here. Right here. Body snatchers. There's all kinds of. It's amazing. If you look back, Twilight Zone, all kinds of stuff. So it was showing you a long time ago. So maybe reviewing those type of movies and thinking, I think a lot of it you're seeing in the 80s, a lot of it too. So it's definitely changed. So next week, Sunday, this shift, a different relief energy, as I would call it. Like we got through it. Okay, what's the next step? Is there going to be a shift again in a different way? It's not the same shifts that you have been feeling in the past. It's going to change the kind of shift that we get. Yeah, movies are made up, but in the movies, there's the truth with the lies. So that's why you have to look at it a different way. Just like with anything negative, there's the truth with the lies. So it's just looking at it in a different scope. It's looking at it a different view. It's listening to the tone. So Dancing with Lizards, kind of tells it. So there's a lot of things, but for yourself right now, being in strong vibration frequencies, and I'm talking strong tones where you get to your ear process and you hear a tone, and usually that you're like, oh, I can't take that. From that tone up is where you need to work from, and go from that tone up and go to work from that. So I don't care if it's up to 925, it needs to be higher. You have to work on those tones because this has to be level with the higher vibration. Singing bowl, can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with moving that vibration and getting it higher and higher and higher and higher. Sorry, my dog's like, she wants out of her kennel. So that is the thing. We have to go through this process and work on that information. And then spending, people want to be occupied and they don't want to spend time by themselves. This is a good time to be by yourself and really self-reflect of where you want to go in 2 years. Self-reflection right now is good. Being around animals right now is good. Being in the sun is good. So jealous. It's so funny. You hear a whine? That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm drinking water like nothing. Yep, a lot of water. And I'm doing a garden with, I don't like to put it on the ground and clean up all the weeds. It's just too much. So I'm doing a greenhouse. So I'm putting that together, and I can't wait for the weather to change so we can start doing that. So just kind of staying in that format. And so really, guys, looking at yourself, pushing the screen away, and self-reflection in a different way. Listening to your physical body. What is it saying? What is it healing? What is your body wanting? What is it desiring now? It's different. Being outside is different, a reflection with you. And so working on your tones of vibration and working up on those tones, spend your time doing that. I'm going to have to let her out of the kennel. Hold on. Stop it. So with those high vibrations, the tones, and Moji is in an in-between tone, but it's subtle. It's a good one to start with. And then the opera I'm going to just give it opera frequencies. Those are really good tones that go way up in that high tone of singing. And I'm not talking about the music that you think is good now, because it's not. The high tones, that vibration moves your whole soul in that frequency. And so once that changes, you're going to feel better. And your mind is not going to be plugged with thoughts of what everybody else is thinking, and you're going to be more clear. So this is a time right now I'm coming on to tell you to work for yourself now. Work with yourself now. Work with nature now. I am teaching a class how to go up on these higher levels too. And everybody knows my website. I don't have to overly put that in your face. I think there's a lot of people already doing that. And so if you're interested in any information, you can contact me. I'm really good at getting back to people that are confused and don't know where to go. Or if I don't have the answer, I will find someone that does have the answer for you. How do you test your tones? The test to tell your tones, you get to that tone, okay? A higher tone, like a singing bowl, and that pinch vibration, and you pull back. From that point, you need to move up. Okay, it's always up, enlightened energy up. So you can start like with the Moji music. That's a good tone to go into. Native really gets that tone up. Native music gets that tone up pretty high. Starting to work with those tones. Om is always a good one. I have some others. You would have to private message me. There's a really, really, really good one. A shaman that I use I think he's like Saint Michael, completely. So I think, and drumming will work. Just start to work with tones. And even like you're listening to someone and that tone doesn't sound right and it annoys you, step away from it. Pulls you down, step away from it. Feels negative, step away from it. Just pay attention to enlightened information, enlightened energy, enlighten the body, enlighten food that goes into the process. Stay in the light with this now. And then Sunday, it's going to change. So, I haven't been on there a while. I've been very busy. So, I've been trying to get back to people, but it's been nuts. So, and I had to look at and view some things for a while and other chats and just notice that the enlightened information I feel bad for the young people right now. I really do, because they're going the wrong route and they're still idolizing, and it's not going to help them. And when that crash happens with the younger society, you're going to have to lift your hand and help them understand. I'm just saying that. And it's not something they have to buy. It's something that they need to be a part of. And that's where we need to be. So if you have a singing bowl, use it. If you have tuning forks, use it. And I listen to high vibration in the car. When I'm driving anywhere, everybody drives. Start to listen to that higher vibration. It really will soothe you. You'll see and feel a vibration. The vibration that you usually feel is the numbiness, your soul's in that high vibration. You're feeling. When I do meditation, sometimes there's a yes and a no with my body with the frequency. And usually when I get into a really good vibration, my body just starts really having a rhythm with it, and really look for that rhythm. And you can always ask me about that too. So, and there's always going up to the universal line and using that. But I'm not booking anything till after next week, because this energy right now, it's not good for trying to open a door. The doors are just sealed off right now. They're not wanting anything to go through, and because we're right here, we're not on Earth, we're not seeing the same way and everything like that. So I think five, if you start at 528, if that's, and then work your way up. Everybody has to start at some point, but when you get that pitch that pulls you back, then you want to dial back from that and work your way up from that. It's really funny. People think I'm out of my mind when I tell people, when you do a meditation, this is what Spirit showed me a long time ago. You do a meditation, you're working with an energy or frequency and bringing in sound. And then you got sun as an energy frequency coming in. Okay. That's why I take a ton of pictures outside, because I catch them all the time around me, and you ask them to present themselves, and people are seeing it more. And if anybody sees my Instagram or YouTube, sometimes you'll see them everywhere. They come in when they want. So you start to take the picture. If you're doing the vibration, if you're sitting in the sun for 30 minutes, if you're listening to a high tone, you're going to see what's behind you, because you're asking it to present itself. And the pictures that I've been getting, it's been pretty good. It's very easy to pick up that stuff. And a normal person that's, been slightly programmed, just think, oh, that's just a reflection. Oh, no. Oh, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. The big difference is you can feel it behind you too, on top of actually seeing it in print. So, when they say, oh, don't look in the sun, don't pull the energy from the sun, don't focus on the sun. Focus on the sun. Focus. I even use lights. I use candles. I use all of them. So yeah. Prayers. Prayers are good, but I've always told you to use prayers that rout demons. That's a good book to use, or prayers that bring healing. Just don't add the blood quote in there. It's not good. That quote I don't like. So I'm going to go through a couple questions here. Yep. So if you guys recognize that and start to do that, you're going to start to feel really good and really wanting to flow with this. And I'm just saying, I've always told Spirit, if there's something I can take that I can never eat again, what is it? And I'm thinking, are we getting there? Is this the process? Because I'm up with that. Not ever have to worry about food again. I would love that. So I'm all about that. So I'm just wanted to come on here, talk to you. I never, because people ask me, because I don't want to put it in front of you, and I have stuff on my website that I don't talk about because I'm concentrating on remote viewing a lot, but I teach the automatic writing too, to get people consistent with the automatic writing. And then with opening up the psychic ability and that stuff, if I have availability, I'll find a way. This is what I say. Just because you got money and you can pay for the whole thing up front doesn't mean you have an ability. So it doesn't matter, because if I feel that you don't have it, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to save you money, and I'm going to save you a purchase for buying it. I'm very honest about that. But there's people that have a strong ability that can't afford it either. And I find a way for them to get into this situation too, because not everything is about money, and it's about getting the person at the level they need to be at. And I think money will be a worry no more. So we just need to get aligned, get everybody on the right side of the light, and go forward. So, and check out the Seers. I should have it in my community and actually give you the right name on it, because it was, I got to tell you guys, it was a funny thing today. We were behind, we were messing up, and I'm just like, me and Kate, I'm just like, it is going to be hilarious when we bring a third person in, because they're going to be like, whoa, the Seers behind the veil. And Beyond the Gravestone is a sponsor of it, of doing that. But as you know me, with that, I have to do it my way, my voice with spirit, and nothing gets in the way of that. Period. No one tells me how or what to say. I say it the way it needs to be said. So no one controls me in that way. So check that out. Check out that magazine. It's online, and they're doing an article on me on that too. So, but and there's going to be some strong people in that um, magazine. But I think it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna have Leo on. We're having Leo on too from the UK. Um, so a lot of different guests will be on there, but guests that you normally don't see. We're not. Um, I see this exchange on YouTube. They just exchange the same people, and it's not about that. We're just like, I just want to focus on people's stories and their information, and the society. I like the society people, and I mean as in the people, citizens that are going through their own process, not the ones that have been doing this for 10, 15 years, and you've heard their stories hundreds of times. And that new story, new information connects with people. That's what's going to be on there. But I can tell you it's going to be funny because today it was hilarious. What you guys did not see, but it was, oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Um, Check that out. Uh, the Seers Behind the Veil. Um, and we just did an earlier show today. And that's going to be every 2 weeks, not every week. I don't have the time. She doesn't have the time to do a weekly show. Until all this is gone, we'll try to do what we can. Things will change. Platforms will change. The truth will be the truth. And you'll see the difference on that. So stay in the light. Use yourself as a vessel of the light. You have the capability. I'm not going into the food shortage because I'm not getting that urgency. It's not coming in, and I'm not feeding that fear, just saying. I would tell you, this is the thing you guys got to understand. Anything that's big, anything that I feel it's severe, I'm going to draw it, write it, or print it somewhere. Just remember that. I will. So if I haven't done it in a couple weeks, there's a reason why. It's not a necessity. And when things I thought were a necessity to put out there, everybody was looking a different direction, and then they happen. So I'm just telling you, like the keys. So enjoy your spring. Enjoy your planting gardens. Enjoy the outside. Enjoy nature. Go on vacation. Love you guys. Stay in the light.